Namaste to everybody. I am Vasha. I am a medical student from Vaidehi Medical College. And first of all, I would like to wish all the women out there a very happy Women's Day. And so today is the day where we celebrate or where we acknowledge the importance of women in everybody's life. So today I would like to talk about a woman called Anandibai Gopal who inspired me into pursuing medicine as she was the first Indian practitioner to practice Western medicine and to attain her degree from US. So Anandibai Gopal was born in a small village of Kalyan where she was originally born with the name Yamuna. Later she was renamed by her husband Gopal Rao as Anandibai Gopal. So she was uneducated, she was married at the very young age of 9 by her parents who were landlords and they were facing financial loss, so they found it apt to marry off her daughter to Gopal Rao who was 20 years older to her. But to her luck, Anandibai's luck, Gopal Rao was a very progressive thinker, unlike most of the men of the society at that time during the 1800s. He was very progressive, he supported women education. So he was the main backbone for Anandibai to study further and to attain her education. So Anandibai, she gave birth to a young boy at the age of 12. But due to the lack of healthcare system back in the days during the 1800s, where the health system was not so well developed, so the baby boy sadly couldn't survive for a long time. He died a few days after birth. So this was the point where she realized that she wanted to do something about the situation, about the lack of health workers and specifically the lack of female health workers in Indian society back in the day. So she sought the support of her husband, who was very supportive indeed. So he enrolled her to a missionary school in their local village where they faced a lot of criticism because back in the day she was from an Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. So there was a lot of opposition faced in the beginning, due to which they moved to Calcutta, where he supported her further into pursuing her further education. So in Calcutta, she enrolled into a missionary school where she learned Sanskrit, English, and she finished her primary education. After which she wanted to practice her medical degree abroad, for which Gopal Rao, he was immensely supportive, and he sent a letter to this lady called Miss Carpenter. So she was incredibly supportive and she was extremely moved by the idea that a husband is supporting his wife to study medicine abroad. And so she became so close, and the relation between Anandibai and Miss Carpenter became so strong that they called themselves niece and auntie. So that was a very beautiful relationship between them. So Gopal Rao sent Anandibai to study in the US to this University of Pennsylvania, where she attained her MD degree and her thesis was obstetrics and gynecology. So she wrote her thesis on that topic. So Gopal Rao sent Anandibai to US with Miss Carpenter to study her MD degree on this subject. But at the time, Anandibai's health was not so good. It was deteriorating. She was feeling breathless, tired headaches. But in spite of all of this, Gopal Rao, he persuaded her to move abroad and to study medicine with Miss Carpenter, and which she did in spite of all the odds she faced. She was very determined to complete this degree and to become an Indian woman practitioner. So over there, she faced a lot of criticism again there by the Western society, being an Indian woman and all her dressing sense and everything. But in spite of that, she completed her degree in 1886. So 1886, she came back to India, where she was grandly welcomed into India, and she became so famous. And she was appointed as the physician in the local hospital at that time in Calcutta, where she was appointed as the first physician, the main head physician. So that was a great accomplishment for Anandibai. But sadly, in the year 1887, her health deteriorated and she was diagnosed with tuberculosis, from which she passed away shortly. But nonetheless, she set a great example to all the women out there to pursue medicine and to pursue their dreams in spite of all the hardships and the difficulties. And she set a great example to that you can set out, you can achieve whatever you set out to do, no matter what. And that is an important lesson derived from her life. And she is my inspiration into studying medicine. She's strong. She overcame a lot of hardships at that time, and yes, till date we remember her as the first Indian physician. So there's no limit to what women can achieve. And with this, I would like to end my speech by quoting a wonderful quote that there's no limit to what a woman can achieve. She sets her mind to it. So with this, I would like to end my speech, and I wish all the women out there a very happy Women's Day, and thank you for listening.